I don't know why I went left instead of right, which would have been faster, but that's just the way we operate. Alright, so... That was embarrassing. Alright, next run. We keep moving. So let's see, I forgot what this... Oh, it's just Fat Protector. This is probably the most underwhelming item this game has to offer. Like, it literally just might as well be picking up nothing. I don't think I've had a single run where Fat Protector made anything resembling a difference to the ultimate outcome, whether win or lose. Like, don't get me wrong, like, that means it's not actively bad, but it's not actively much of anything. We are going to buy Placebo if we get the chance. With Kane, Placebo is like actual godly. Especially to get it so early before we've identified any of the pills. Like, theoretically, we could get to like luck 10. Hello? How are you doing? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just in the middle of some runs scan. Haven't had any successes so far, but that's mostly because I'm terrible. Doing good, thanks. Ended my stream. I'm doing fine. Just playing a little Isaac, as you can see. It's a whole load of army flies, but so long as we keep doing circles around the room, they shouldn't be that big of a problem. It's like a swarm of locusts. That actually might have ended up being a little helpful. A little boost he just gave us. And alright, that's the flies dealt with. Now we just got the fatties. You know, I used to struggle with this room because I used to be terrible at army flies. Nowadays, they're like probably the easiest enemy to deal with. Like if I had to put money on it, I would say like it's either them or like ring flies. I'm not gonna count black flies because they're not really enemies because they don't even like damage you. I'm not really sure what I'd consider them. Alright, we got the gurglings. They're usually fairly annoying, but they're not but not really difficult. They're just kind of irritating. Yeah, I might hop onto my other save file in a minute. The one I play on when I'm not streaming, usually. Oh wait, actually, never mind, because like I don't have my Steam Cloud synced, because Steam Deck is really annoying with that. So, you know, I just said they aren't difficult, and they aren't. That was entirely my fault, but you know, the game can hear you. Well, I failed at damage boosting, so I deserve this. That was another embarrassment. It was entirely my fault. Easy dubs. I don't know why I went dead silent for that room. So, you know, really focused up there on something honestly pretty fucking trivial. We got about 20 minutes left in the stream here, roughly. A We'll see if we can't turn this into a successful run. If we do, it's probably getting a solo upload to the YouTube channel. And I'll just split whatever's left of this run in half. And whatever's up to the stream in half. Like, I'm not, like, complaining. I still think the stream was successful. We unlocked 2 characters after all. We also unlocked the seller. So we did make some progress on the save file. But, like, if you only define progress in, like, extending your streak, I think you're kind of enjoying Isaac wrong, in my opinion. Much like I'm playing Isaac wrong, but that's neither here nor there. You know? We all play games wrong. But, like, if you can, like, when it comes to people who can only enjoy games by getting wins and stacking up big streaks, honestly, I feel kind of bad for them. See if this works like I think it does. Yep, this is the item I think it is. Forgot what little Gertie does for a second. Had to remind myself. Definitely a good familiar if you can position it right. It's one of those tricksy ones. Yeah, you definitely got to go about playing it. It's not like Rotten Baby where it's just really good and you can mostly ignore its existence. And they'll still do work for you. Speaking of Rotten Baby, hopefully we can get that this run. I haven't seen that in a while. Definitely gonna take me a nice nap after this run. I could use one. You know, as a kid, even as a teenager, I kind of hated sleeping. I was not a nap time baby. My mom would probably tell you. That is entirely changed for me as an adult. I can't get enough for naps. Like, I'm down for some sleep. Let me tell you. And not just because I work night shifts. Even before I started working night shifts, I was a sleep enjoyer of the highest degree. I can sleep with the best of them. That came out wrong. That sounds a lot dirtier than it was supposed to. Let's remove our minds from the gutter. I'm gonna leave that there. But yeah, like I underestimated the value of a good rest. Maybe that's why my sleep schedule nowadays is kind of fucked. As a kid, I never established good sleeping habits. And unfortunately, the older you get, the harder that becomes. Fuck. I should have just gone for the boss when I had the chance. Live and learn. But yeah, as I was saying, sleep does the body immaculately good. At this point, I am just kind of rambling, though. You know, I'm not gonna harp on about this topic, but there's a few things going on in the internet worlds that now. Is her speed random? I swear her speed, her movement speed is random. Because it felt like no matter how I moved there, she would have caught up with me. I don't know. Maybe I just suck. Well, I do suck. Maybe I'm even worse than I thought I was already. All right. Never gonna complain about it so hard. So, so it's a good way we could end off this stream because we are coming up on the final minutes. And I think it's been a good one. You know, we didn't do everything we would have liked to do. Like I said, would love to get a womb defeat in before we end here, but we did unlock some stuff. You know, we did make progress, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. Ooh, Monstro. I'll take the Monstro. He's probably one of the better familiars, in my personal opinion, even if he is a little underrated. Especially for the early floors, little Monstro can do you a lot of work. I feel like people talk about good familiars, they focus almost entirely on like Rotten Baby, and like yeah, Rotten Baby's easily like one of, if not the best, but there's a lot of good familiars out there. I feel like there's actually it's harder to pin down bad familiars than good ones. Like there are some real shitters, like that weird one we got earlier in the stream from Monster Manual that didn't seem to do literally anything. I don't know what that one's called, but that one was pretty sucky. That one was pretty shit. I'll have to look up what that is, so I never pick it up again. Well, never pick it up to begin with. I didn't grab it. It just kind of happened to me, but you know, it's my stream. I'll talk as terribly as I want to. You can't make me speak the English language competently. I will butcher sentence structure as terribly as I feel like, and you can't stop me. Honestly, it would be kind of funny if you fought Monstro. Hmm. Yeah, we'll take the curse room. I don't see much in the way of reasons not to. Alright. I'm not sure about this trend. I'm struggling to label it. It feels pretty average so far. So I'm imagining we're not going to clear the womb here, but maybe we can secure ourselves another unlock for the stream ends. That'd be nice. I'm not sure what order we're going to do progress in. Like, I might just go all path once we unlock it, but I also might wait a bit until we've at least cleared Mega Satan once before we do alt path. Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what order would be more, like, I guess fulfilling as a streaming experience in. Like, both for my sake and for, you know, the audience's enjoyment. Like, I don't consider that as actively as most streamers, I would say, but I do consider it to a degree. You know, like, at the end of the day, this is kind of the Metaforth show. Like, I feel like the ultimate, like, determination of audience enjoyment is whether or not I'm having fun. But I still want to make sure things are at least flowing in a way that's satisfying to watch. And I feel like progressing through the content at least up to Mega Satan before we go alt path is probably going to make for a better experience. As for Delirium, probably going to be a long ass time before I ever attempt Delirium. Mostly because, like, honestly, I just kind of can't stand the Delirium fight. I feel like it's designed in a way that, like, it's not really fun. Like, no matter how good a run you have and no matter how overpowered you are for it, I feel like it's a fight that's more draining than it is engaging. But I think Hush strikes the perfect balance of, like, real damage soaker upper and real, like, difficult to avoid attacks without being, like, unfun. I think Hush is actually a pretty engaging fight. I do enjoy myself a Hush battle every now and again. Not that I would do it if I didn't have to do completion marks, just because, you know, it's a fight that takes a while and there's no special items you get for completing it. Hush doesn't have any boss like specific drops. And like outside of like completion marks, it's not like I'm going to be going for Hush just for the items that you have selection from before the fight, because like, well, I talked earlier about, you know, you should try fighting Hush without an OP setup. If I don't need to fight Hush for completion marks, I'm probably not going to go in with a weaker setup, just, you know, for my own engagement. Because I do want to get through the fight in a timely fashion so I can move on to like securing more progress and completion marks. And there's no progress to be made by fighting Hush twice on the same character. But on a run good enough for me to be confident in fighting Hush, I'm probably not going to need anything those item rooms that he has can contain. Kind of like the paradox of a lot of the bosses. Pretty convenient for getting guaranteed delirium fight though. I mean, sure, but that would imply I want to fight Delirium, and that has never been the case in all of human history. Delirium is a fight that I will engage with out of pure necessity and no other reason. I didn't mean to skip that devil room, but you know what? We're gonna get ourselves an angel room at some point, so there's that. Yeah, we'll go to the challenge room. Also, welcome to the stream. I just noticed you're a first time chatter. Make yourself comfortable. We're about to end things here, actually. Either after this run or after the next 10 minutes, whichever one happens. Well, I guess last, I guess. I was going to say whichever one comes first, but that's not really the case. Yeah, I don't usually go much past 2 hours. I get that's not quite as long as most streamers go for, but I do have a job and I do work today, so 2 hours is about as much as I can put in, especially because I do like to sleep before work. Not. I feel like it's a fairly common thing, especially when you're working a night shift. I like to be well rested before I go in. Alright. Goblin's down. We're pretty low on health, so hopefully we get some red hearts soon enough. Speaking of. Alright. All things considered, this run could be going a lot worse. I have confidence that we'll make something happen this run. I'm not gonna say we'll clear the womb, because I'm not sure of that, but at the very least, I feel like we might get somewhere. Very slippery. I am very, very slippery in the movement. Hopefully, I'll get much more used to keyboard as time goes on. Either that, or I'll finally stop being lazy and figure out how to stream this from my Steam Deck. But even then, the game would probably run horribly if I did that, so I'm not so sure. I'll get these chests. Well, I'm probably gonna lose that. That's unfortunate. And the bags too. Why not? I got plenty of bombs. Speaking of bombs. Well, let's hope we find our shop. I should have enough to buy an item if one spawns. Hopefully it's something good. I was gonna say Rotten Baby, but now I don't think I've ever actually gotten Rotten Baby from the shop. I don't think Rotten Baby's part of the shop. Well, never mind. Alright, one last attempt. Then we're gonna wrap up the stream. Yeah, part of why I decided on the streams going up at 3 on my channel is that gives me a bit more time to edit them. Well, edit, I say, when in reality it's more of just like cutting it in half and then uploading it. I'm probably gonna do another stream sometime this week. I'm not sure how many streams I'll do this week, but I'm a bit in the streaming mood. Yeah, you'll probably be seeing more of me. I'm not at a point where I'm ready to commit myself to a schedule. Don't get me wrong. But I'm probably gonna be a bit more active in the coming days than I've been for the past week. I'm not sure I'm gonna go back to streaming every day for a week straight. That burned me out real quick. I feel like that was actually a mistake that I made. I can see why even professional streamers usually don't stream daily. Because even just doing it of my own volition, like, really quickly wore me out. And I was just streaming for 2 hours a day. So I might try and not go past like 3 times a week from now on. Maybe 4. I don't know, depends on how comfortable I get with the whole streaming thing. Because I am still like relatively new to actually taking it seriously instead of just hitting the go live button on my Xbox. That was embarrassing. One more shot. We'll give it one more. We're still under 2 hours. And like always, if the stream goes well, then we don't end till this run ends. That's how we do business around here. We're probably gonna go over 2 hours sometime the stream, but it's not ending till this run ends. I'll take that. Forehead's getting a little itchy. That's strange. I'll take it for now. It's not like it's gonna actively hurt us. Probably one of the more underwhelming trinkets in the game, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll really come in clutch. Oh, at the very least, should be able to get something from the shop this run. You know, it was really interesting. I watched Florian Himsel's videos on how he developed Flash Isaac, and he kept referring to the Gapers as zombies. Which I don't know. Maybe it's like a weird detail to latch onto, but I found that interesting. Like, it's kind of like now I'm wondering like how the names were decided on for the bestiary. Like, is that something Edmund just came up with for Rebirth? Or did he and like Florian actually have disagreements on what the enemies would be called? Like, he didn't refer to many others by like alternate names, so maybe that was just he forgot what it was called, or he has a nickname for them. But I don't know, there's a lot of interesting stuff in his videos about the development of Isaac in general, like talking about how the way the flies move, which has become kind of a staple of the game, was actually kind of an accident. like the kind of weighty looking way that they fly wasn't intentional and is the results of, as he put it, poor programming, but it just became such a staple of the Isaac style that it stuck around. Hmm. So they don't despawn like spiders would if they respawn by something like that. I never actually knew that. Oh, chargers. This is actually the first time I've ever seen a charger on floor 1 before. That's interesting. So I guess the spawn pool for these buttons is independent of the floor. I never actually knew that. Maybe I'm the only one who finds it interesting. Yeah. I think another thing he talked about was how the generation of secret rooms works pretty much identically, like in terms of actually finding them, to how it works in Rebirth. But he noted how there does seem to be more like consistent logic behind them come Rebirth. All right. I'm gonna end stream here. Maybe I'll talk more about the making of Isaac videos Florian made, or you can just watch them. Overall, though, again, we got some unlocks, so I consider this a fairly good stream. I will be back sometime in the next few days for more. Maybe not with Isaac. It might be with Ember Knights. Who knows? Might be with another game entirely if I feel like it. But I'll see you when that happens.